And just when everybody thought the good deals on pre-orders were over, TCG Player comes back and completely redeems themselves. I don't know. TCG Player didn't really need to redeem themselves for anything. It was funny. Okay, dude, TCG Player, $110 Monarch First Edition pre-orders launched today. I got an email on my phone at 9:07. I was able to check out at 9:10. And it was sold out at 9:11. And they're doing $110 pre-orders with $10 shipping. You get 2 cold foil promos. And there's going to be a link in my description and a link in the comment section. You can follow those, and that'll set you up to see them. And they are going live at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. with a limit of 1 per account. 1 per household is actually what they said. So I think if you have it shipped to the same household, they'll probably cancel your order. But it's amazing. $110, which is a good $140 cheaper than what we've seen elsewhere. And it's amazing prices. And we're going to talk about the prices. I have something to say about that. And then cold foil promos of cold foil instants. We're going to talk about cold foil instants here in a minute too. We're going to talk a little bit about spoiler season starting a month early. We're going to talk about that. So here's the deal. There's a link in my description, a link in the comment section. But this is the deal. TCG Player is coming through. And this is a super, super, super wise investment move on their behalf, because they could have come in at $250 and had these promos and probably sold out pretty quickly. That would kind of set them apart with the promos. They could have done that, but they chose to do something different. They chose to undercut the market by a ton, offer the promos still, and they chose to limit it to 1 per person. I think this is a huge win if you are a TCG player. And let me tell you why. Because think of all of the Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh players who have TCG Player accounts and have heard of this Flesh and Blood thing and have been, been around it or hearing it on Rudy from Alpha Investments channel. And now all of a sudden, they've heard $250 boxes of Monarch First Edition all over the place. And now all of a sudden they get an email and it's accessible for a first edition at $110. Think about all the Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh players who are going to buy this. And you might be like, now Louis, that means less for Flesh and Blood players, and that's true. But what it does mean is that more people are going to get into this amazing game. And guys, that is a huge win in of itself. Okay. And so here's the thing. I think that this is a great thing to get more players exposed to the game. And I wish that, that was the case on other networks and other places, because I think this is huge. And so for a large corporation like TCG Player, this is definitely the way to go, because they are generating clients. They are really creating some goodwill in the community. I mean, like, think about the positivity that people are going to look at TCG Player at now. So I think for a large organization, this is a power move. Like, this is a, hey, we are here for player. This is a power move from TCG Player that I can respect. Now, for smaller stores, for a local game store, for those stores that are owned by like an individual and in a local game store, I still think $250 is going to be where we're at. I don't think that this is going to lower pre-order prices to other companies or other local game stores. And I think that's okay. Like, I really think your local game stores, your the guys who own their own businesses, that are going to have pre-orders coming out, I still think this is an acceptable price at like the $200 to $250 a box range, because they've got to make some money. And TCG Player is not, like, their main source of income is not on box sales and is not on, it's on fees and sellers selling stuff. And so they aren't taking a hit here. But I think for your local game stores and for your average stores, I still think it's okay for them to be charging $200, $250 a box, because again, this is a collectible product. Like, I know in the past it was always like, is Flesh and Blood going to succeed? And we were kind of like, oh, we should have $100 boxes of first edition forever. But like, in reality, like, if if those stores offered $100 boxes, they would just get picked up by scalpers who are just going to resell them on the open market. So I personally rather have the local store, the local individual who is hosting events, who is being a benefit to the community, make the, you know, whatever it is, $200 on the box or $150 on the box. I'd rather have them make the money on the box than a scalper who's just going to just feed the system, just eat off of the system. And so I think still for your local game store, for those individuals who are selling online, but you know, they are a local store, I think that's okay. Like, I think that's still, I know there are some packages coming out that I think are going to be really great offerings. And I don't think that $110 from TCG Player sets a new price. And I don't think you're going to see that from other stores because of the limit for one, and because they're TCG Player. Here's the thing. For a large organization, they don't need the income, and this creates this win-win situation. It's actually win, win, and win. TCG Player wins because they get more customers interested in Flesh and Blood, and then they sell more, you know, Flesh and Blood singles, and they get the income off of that. You and I win because we were able, potentially you were able, or tonight at 9 p.m., you'll be able to order another Monarch box at a really cheap price. And then the game wins because more people are involved in our community. So it's a win, win, and win. All right, so let's talk about the cold foil instance though, because there's some cool stuff. And first off, it's a little bit like they missed the pre-order, they missed the spoiler season. I thought that was supposed to start in a month, and all of a sudden we have spoilers. So I'm happy about it. I mean, it's content for me, but here we go. They're called Ray of Hope and Eclipse Existence. And, you know, they are light and dark instants. Okay, so very interesting. One of them has the Visceri border, and I think the other one has I don't think it has the Warrior border. Actually, it looked kind of like Cheyenne's. It looked kind of like Cheyenne's border. I don't remember fully. I think it was like Cheyenne's border. But Ray of Hope and Eclipse Existence. And so here's the thing. I think that Ray of Hope is some sort of life gain or protection increase. So they're both instants, right? So you can play them both at any time. I think Ray of Hope was a 2-pitch, and Eclipse Existence was a 3-pitch. But you couldn't tell what the cost was, I don't think, on the card. But some sort of life gain or protection increase, I think, is what Ray of Hope will be. I gotta say, like, that is a terribly generic card name. Like, it's just not super interesting. And life gain is not the most interesting thing either. So that kind of tells me that that might be what that is. But I think that Eclipse Existence, there's some cool stuff. I mean, just that name, Eclipse Existence, I think it's probably gonna have some sort of banishing effect. Maybe it's like a negate. Maybe it's like banish target attack action card, or banish target something. You know what I mean? Like, I think it could be a really good negate. So then the stack would go down and that card would never resolve. Or maybe it's something that has to do with the graveyard, right? Like Eclipse Existence. Like, if you think of like something that exists and then it's dead, I don't know, that kind of tells graveyard, and then it's eclipsing that, so it's like removing it from the graveyard, maybe, if there's some other graveyard shenanigans in the set. I did think it was interesting that it was 3-pitch, so maybe a mechanic that they could do is being able to do something from your pitch zone. That seems overpowered to me, but just throwing that out there. So that's my predictions on what those cards are. Again, I mean, I don't even think the artwork is accurate on them, because it is just the artwork from kind of like the whole set, right? You've seen the picture where it's the angel and the demon battling, and Eclipse Existence is just the picture of the demon, and Ray of Hope is just the picture of the angel, and that doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I don't think that's going to end up being the actual artwork. And so that might even mean the borders aren't right. That might even mean the card names aren't right. I mean, it could be a disaster, right? Like, it could just be none of that stuff was accurate, but we'll see. And here's the other thing. The cold foil instant seems a bit weird to me, because we haven't seen a ton of cold foil non-equipment cards. There have been, like, the time snap potions, and all those potions were printed in cold foil. I'm trying to think of what else. There's just not a lot, and so it seems weird that they would get that. I actually had a thought when I was looking at it, and did they misconstrue cold foils, and are they actually rainbow foils? I'm not saying that that's what they did, but that wouldn't surprise me. I think if you, like, keep in mind, like, TCG Player is a massive company that's handling tons and tons of different products. They could have made a mistake on that, you know, I don't know. So that's kind of one of my questions. Like, it'll be interesting upon receiving it, is it actually a cold foil? I'm sure it is. I'm not saying that it isn't. My guess is that it is. It's just kind of interesting that we're getting a cold foil instant. And then again, like the spoiler season came out, and I'm wondering if they messed up. Like, I'm wondering if they weren't supposed to spoil any of these actual cards, and if this is just like a timing issue or something. Because we were kind of told that spoiler season wouldn't start until April, and here it is the first week of March, and so it seems either we're going to start seeing more from stores, and spoiler season's going to come out like that, or maybe they messed up and they weren't supposed to put those cards out. And that's what tells me, like, the artwork is, like, we haven't even seen official artwork from, other than the main image, we haven't even seen official artwork from LSS on any specific cards or anything. So it seems weird that TCG Player would pop out official art cards before anything from Flesh and Blood, like the company from LSS. So I don't think the art's correct. Like, I just don't think that that's going to be accurate. But here's the thing. I am super excited. This was great. Honestly, it was awesome to have some just really super content for today. And make sure, so that what they're doing is one per household, and they are going live at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. With new inventory. So, like I said, they sold out super fast and nobody knew about it. So I would keep refreshing your browser at like 8:55. And make sure you get yourself one, because $110 with these promos is super, super good. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. Good luck. Let me know in the comment section if you got one. Hit the thumbs up if you got one. Just thank you for being here. I super appreciate you all. We'll have a giveaway here in about 40 subscribers. So hopefully we get there this week. And tonight we're going to be doing a case break of Crucible of War 2. So I hope you have a good day. Remember to be kind to the people around you.